Welcome back to me and my sister's YouTube channel, and today I will be reading you guys the Polar Express book. Let's get started. So, I got this book like maybe last year, maybe? I don't know. Okay, on Christmas Eve, many years ago, I lay quietly in my bed. I did not rustle the sheets. I breathed slowly and silently. I was listening for a sound a friend had told me I'd never hear, the ringing bells of Santa's sleigh. There was no Santa, my friend had insisted, but I knew he was wrong. Late that night, I did hear sounds, though not of ringing bells. From outside came the sounds of hissing steam and squeaking metal. I looked through my window and saw a train standing perfectly still in front of my house. What are you talking about? Book. I'm reading the book. Okay. It was wrapped in an apron of steam. Snowflakes fell lightly around it. A conductor stood at the open door of one of the cars. He took a large pocket watch from his vest, then looked up at my window. I put on my slippers and robe, yeah. I tiptoed downstairs and out the door. All aboard, the conductor cried out. I ran up to him. Wait. Oh. Well, he said. Are you coming? Where? I asked. Why, to the North Pole, of course, was his answer. This is the Polar Express. I took his outstretched hand and he pulled me aboard.
Etsy has inspiring gifts for any budget. Today, my daughter Salish reveals her insane new holiday routine controlled by Instagram.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Including a napping.
The train was filled with other children, and all in their pajamas and night robes. We sang Christmas carols and ate candies with no nugget centers as white as snow. We drank hot cocoa as thick as rich as melted chocolate bars. Outside, the lights of towns and villages sprinkled in the distance as the Polar Express raced northward.
This drink is bussin', yo.
I'm gonna try this one. Peppermint mocha?
Peppermint hot chocolate. Yes.
Yay, I like this one.
1 out of 10. Next one.
Creme brulee.
Soon there was no more life to be seen. We traveled through cold, dark forests where lean wolves roamed, and white-tailed rabbits hid from our train as it thundered through the quiet wilderness.
Oh yeah, add her off the traditions for
I just want to show you the pictures and not the words because you kind of can't see the
number
words.
2.
Let's see what's in it.
Winter skincare routine? I can do this one.
Am I on the right page?
I'm gonna try.
Nope, it's not.
Put my hair back.
We climbed mountains so high it seemed as if we would scrape the moon, but the Polar Express never slowed down. Faster and faster we ran along, rolling over peaks and through valleys like a car on a roller coaster.
Okay, it kept my skin hydrated, I think. I'm gonna rate it at least 6 out of 10 just because of the smell, but it worked, I think. And this thing strengthens your skin and renews it and restores it. I guess I am feeling bronze. I don't really know what that means, but
The mountains turned into hills, the hills to snow-covered plains. We crossed a barren desert of ice, the gray polar ice cap. Lights appeared in the distance. They looked like the lights of a strange ocean liner sailing on a frozen sea. There, said the conductor, is the North Pole.
as her birthday is the day before mine. Yes, it's time to wash off. Whoa, made my skin red, guys.
Pole, it was a huge city standing alone at the top of the world, filled with factories where every Christmas toy was made. At first, we saw no elves. They were gathering at the center of the city. The conductor told us that is where Santa will give us the first gift of Christmas. Who received the first gift? We all asked. The conductor answered, he will choose one for you.
What is going on? Did you just spray it?
Look, shouted one of the children. The elves. Outside, we saw hundreds of elves. As our train drew closer to the center of the North Pole, we slowed to a crawl. So crowded were the streets with Santa's helpers. When the Polar Express could go no further, we stopped at the conductor, and the conductor let us outside. All these red people, or all the red, is elves, apparently. To my eyes. Not to your eyes, my eyes. Look, there's Santa and part of his helpers, aka the elves. We pressed through the crowd to the edge of the large, open circle. In front of us stood Santa's sleigh. The reindeer were excited. They pranced and paced, ringing the silver sleigh bells that hung from their harness. It was a magical sound, like nothing I'd ever heard. Across the circle, the elves moved apart and Santa Claus appeared. The elves cheered wildly. We marched over to us and pointed to me, said, let's have this fellow here. He jumped into his sleigh. The conductor handed me up. I sat on Santa's knee and he asked, now, what would you like for Christmas? I knew that I could have any gift I could imagine, but the thing I want most for Christmas is not inside Santa's giant bag. What I wanted more than anything was one silver bell from Santa's sleigh. When I asked, Santa smiled. He gave me a hug and told an elf to cut a bell from a reindeer's harness. The elf tossed it up to Santa. He stood holding the bell high above him and called out, the first gift of Christmas. The clock struck midnight as the elves whatever that word is, their approval. Santa handed the bell to me, and I put it in my bathrobe pocket. The conductor helped me down from the sleigh. Santa shouted out the reindeers' names and cracked his whip. His team charged forward and climbed into the air. Santa circled once above us, then disappeared in the cool, dark polar sky.
So no candle after all that? A room mist? What's left?
The lights of the Christmas tree.
Let's go.
Last year I did a full holiday room makeover, but this year I only have time for a couple. The hard thing is my room's all pink now, so I can't really match that to Christmas.
This is holiday
As soon as we were back inside the Polar Express, the other children asked to see the bell. I reached into my pocket, but the only thing I felt was a hole. I had lost the silver bell from Santa Claus' sleigh.
This looks
Let's hurry outside and look for it.
Happy
One of the
holidays,
children
This
said,
is so cute.
but
And
the
now it's
train
time
gave a sudden
for a room
lurch
makeover. First, let's do
and
the bedding.
started
I love the
moving.
way
We
people,
were on our way home.
okay? I should have
I
gotten new
forgot to
sheets,
show you
but
the
I
picture.
forgot about that. Take this off. Let's do this new blanket. I mean, I guess blue is kind of Christmassy. Whoa, it's actually perfect. Ignore the blue. I forgot to get white sheets. It actually looks pretty good. Nice and Christmassy. I cannot wait to give that baby outfit to Needle. I know it looks like chaos right now, but it's a work in progress. I need to hurry up though, because I do not want to do the 12 challenge.
It broke my heart to lose the bell. When the train reached my house, I sadly left the other children. I stood at my doorway and waved goodbye. The conductor said something from the moving train, but I couldn't hear him. What? I yelled out. He cupped his hands around his mouth. Merry Christmas, he shouted. The Polar Express let out a loud blast of its whistle and sped away. Yeah.
Perfect. Final piece for the completed bathroom. There we go. Let's do it close. Perfect. I'll wash this later. Now we'll replace this.
On Christmas morning, my little sister Sarah and I opened our presents. When it looked as if everything had been unwrapped, Sarah found one last small box behind the tree. It had my name on it. Inside was a silver bell. There was the note. Found this on the seat of my sleigh. Fix that hole in your pocket. Signed, Mr. C. I shook the bell. It made the most beautiful sound my sister and I had ever heard. But my mother said, "Oh, that's too bad." Yes, said my father. It's broken. When I shaken the bell, my parents had not heard a sound.
Okay, it is a eyeshadow stick.
The end.
A blush. Oh, I love that. Okay, it's like
If you really like this book, leave a like on this video and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
I really like it.